The end of June. It's been a very eventful time since I've spoken to you. Things have not exactly been going the way they should. Now, why do I say that? Well, let me put it differently. I would have liked a better result in the elections here. We have a government that's ruling by maybe one or two seats, a government that's made up of a wide variety of factions, including Israeli Arabs from the Bedouin community. The only ones that are left out entirely, of course, are the Orthodox Jews, which make up a significant portion of the population. The Zionist Jews that are representative in this government only have 5 seats. The rest of the Zionist Jews refuse to join the government. Now, this is not like in America or even in Britain. The Israeli government is run according to parties exactly in the same way as the communist government of Russia used to be, and the current communist government of China. Now, how does this work? People vote for the party. They don't vote for the person. The party appoints the members of the parliament. The members of the parliament owe nothing whatsoever to the people, but they owe everything to the party. Now, that may sound strange, but you have to remember that Israel in 1947-48 was essentially communist, left-wing. And they mattered. Of course, they patterned the government after Russia. In 1978, Begin, who was very right-wing, attempted to change it at the expense of a lot of social welfare. Believe me, a lot of people were very surprised to find out that it's no longer a social welfare state. It's a socialist state, definitely not based on what it was in the past. Very far advanced in terms of a capitalistic form of socialism. Very unstable at the present time. What does this mean going forward? Well, Lapid is pretty right-wing. He's considered a moderate right. Some of the people supporting his government that he needs to appease are extreme left-wing communists, left-wing Israeli Arabs, who basically are there because they think they can get what they should have, actually. I don't disagree with them. For the Bedouin settlements in the Negev, that would be total, complete recognition of them. In order to prove that Bennett, of course, was once right-wing Zionist, now he's become middle-of-the-road Bennettist. But what he's done now is he's approving the destruction of Israeli settlements to appease his own left wing. The situation is highly unstable. And to cap it off, we have a severe outbreak of Corona 9, the very, very, very dangerous mutation that came to us from from India. The other stuff was here and gone, the English one. The Indian one is very, very bad because it's twice as contagious, even more than it was before. And no matter what anybody will tell you, at least 26 to 30% of the people that are sick with it have already had 2 vaccinations, 2 Pfizer vaccinations. So basically the vaccination program that we did in Israel is not going to stop people from getting sick and dying. As of Friday before Shabbat, mandatory masks for anybody that's indoors. Schools will be closing soon. The university will close soon when it spreads fast enough and far enough. And we'll see Israel closed down for another year. Why did this happen? Because some of the Israelis thought that they were going to have to go on vacation outside of the country. They caught the disease. They came back and they lied about where they've been. And they put their kids back in school without any precautions. Entire classrooms came down with it. Entire classrooms in the school system came down with it. They spread through the country, and with them spread the disease. Not very nice, actually. Now, other than that, of course, Biden is walking back on a lot of the pro-Israel things. He's approaching Iran to come to some sort of a deal that would take America off the hook, and put Israel on the crosshairs of the Iranian nuclear attempt at taking control of the Middle East. Unfortunately, Biden's people have underestimated us. We are a nuclear power, and we will preempt. When they have bombs and a carrier for the bombs, we will not wait until our cities go up in atomic smoke before we retaliate. As soon as we are convinced, we'll take out their nuclear facilities, which may well make us the pariah of the world, if not the Middle East. But 2,000 years of being in the pariah is sort of like, you get used to it after a while, realizing that you can't trust anybody and that everybody sooner or later will turn on us. And that basically the world doesn't like Jews. Never have, never will. Why is that the world doesn't like us? Why is it? Is it because, that we killed Christ? No, the Pope said that didn't happen. People don't listen to the Pope anyway. The Pope was against burning converso Jews alive in Spain, but of course nobody listened. There was a Pope that sold indulgences to people if they would support the crusade, which meant all your sins for now and forever will be forgiven. And so we heard in the crusades the saying, kill a Jew, save your soul. Now, only 36% of the evangelical Christians support Israel, and they are the older generation. The younger generation has serious reservations if they want to support Israel at all. Which way is the world going? Plague, poverty, war. Well, obviously, everything is being unveiled as it should be. We have not created even a slightly perfect society. It doesn't matter where we are. The United States is more divided than it has been since the Civil War. The world has got different priorities. China is very busy killing its Muslim population and enslaving them. And in all, the world is a pretty shitty place, isn't it? So what does a person do when you're living in a shitty place? Stay away from the toilets and the outhouse as much as you can and try to just keep away and avoiding the smell and the stench of the evil that's come upon us. It's not very positive of me, of course. But I don't really feel very positive when I look around. There's a genuine, I would say, trend, a downward trend in history right now. There have been others, and of course, and there's always, an upward trend after a downward trend. Seesaw between good and evil, seesaw between the haves and the have-nots, seesaw between, I'm okay, Jack, I don't give a shit about you. What are we going to do? Are we going to be punished? Or are we going to punish ourselves by being ourselves? I don't know. I think the terrible thing that happened in Florida is a wake-up call to all of us. None of us are safe. The earth between our very fate rebels against us. So we had an Israel win. On Parshat Korach, the earth opened up underneath the parking lot in the hospital Shaare Zedek. If you remember, Korach was swallowed up with his followers and the golden calf. What is the golden calf? Golden calf is any priority that you put in front of the creator of the universe. I don't care if you're Muslim, you're Christian, you're Jewish. The creator of the universe created us, created Earth, created everything around us. So maybe it's time that we stop shitting on him and start taking into consideration that what we do to the least of our brethren, so shall it be done unto us. I believe that some of you Christians believe that, right? Well, actually, they took it away from Judaism. Most things are based in Judaism. There's a Christian religion and Islam. You tweaked it a little bit to make it easier, but that's your prerogative. At any rate, it's Shavua Tov to those of us who are coming out of a restful Shabbat. Prepare for another outbreak of corona that's going to put us all behind masks. Some of us will die in the hospital. Some of us will be very sick. Some of our children will have the coronavirus affect their brains, and we won't even know about it for years when they go in to do the SAT tests and they can't figure out what 1 and 1 is 2 because they don't have that much reasoning facilities left. Okay, being very, very negative this particular Saturday evening. I hope you all go out and play and dance and have a good time. I'm sure that the people in Pompeii and Sodom and Gomorrah enjoyed their last Saturday evening. I hope you will enjoy your last Saturday evenings too. On the 17th of July, I'll finally have rid myself of my Facebook, and I'll be able to build another one without 4,500 false friends. And the next one that I build, I'll be very, very, very careful who I allow into the Facebook. Anybody that joins Facebook and is looking for entertainment without pay, well, you get what you pay for. You get nothing. How do you pay for news and entertainment and conversation? By joining in the conversation, by being sufficiently interested or outraged that you're going to say something. I look over here on the right now, and 117 subscribers have been notified that I'm online. And I love you all, but not one of you bothered to come on here and say, "Hi, David, I'm online with you." Well, that's your prerogative too. If you don't give a shit about me, I won't give a shit about you. So good night, stay well, and good luck from Jerusalem, Hebron, Kiryat Arba, Israel.